So here I am on another project. It's a self-binding blanket. This is going to be a baby blanket. I picked out two materials that just went to Hobby Lobby. One's a minky material, that's the mint green color. The other one's a fun gauzy material. It's got a bunch of animal print on it. One thing I didn't anticipate with this project is the gauze fabric that I was using was so much different than anything else I've ever used. I'm not a professional by any means. I've taken a home ec class in middle school, and that's about all I've had as far as classes go. But it's a hobby that I picked up. I enjoy. I do it here and there. Not a ton of different types of fabric. But this gauze material in particular was really rough for me just because it's so much stretchier, especially compared to the mink material that I'm trying to stitch to. It kept getting caught in the feet, not feeding properly. The stitching was stretching it weird. So that was pretty difficult to deal with, and I struggled quite a bit with that. The idea behind a self-binding blanket is that you don't have to stitch a specific border extra. There's nothing extra to cut. You have your backing material that is larger than your face material, and as you stitch it, you make sure that they're centered properly, and the excess is going to actually overlap on the face side, making a nice clean border without actually having to sew specifically a border. I don't actually own a seam ripper, so here I'm using a pair of small scissors trying to cut the seam, and I stabbed myself pretty good, which means I need to go buy me a seam ripper. When we flip this inside, right side out, I guess, it's going to have a stitch that goes right along, going 45 degrees from both edges of the blanket on that border right into that face fabric. How you get that is the excess that you get from sewing the two different sizes of material together. You kind of create that same 45-degree angle on the inside and then stitch a 90 off of that. That way when you flip it the right side out, it will show that directly into the nice clean face fabric, and it looks like it's a completely separate piece. You know, lucky enough, even with the 3 functioning brain cells I have, I still forgot to leave a spot to flip the blanket inside out. But my machine ran out of thread right in time and left just the perfect spot for me to, turn it around. One thing I realized helps a lot with trying to lock in that border with the final stitch along the edge is just ironing it out, and that kind of locks it into place, keeping it where you want it to be. Works a lot better than the pins in my opinion. I just kept fighting them and poking myself, which was awesome. And what's a project without encouraging words from the wife?
Oh, my knees!
You old fart.
Oh yeah? Tell me more.
Right about here's where I really started fighting that border and making sure it was aligned properly. It did get misaligned, which kind of rolled the corner a little bit, which ended up with a weird kind of like pleat, which not too big of a fan, but I was into it this far, had to just keep going. And then on top of that, my machine ran out of thread, so that was just icing to the cake. So this is it. This is how it turned out. Not too thrilled with parts of it. Got that rolled corner, and my machine's old. It's on its last leg. Some of the stitches aren't great, which is disappointing. I'm really sad it turned out as bad as it did, because this isn't for me. This is actually for my little brother. He's about to have a baby, his first, and I'm really excited for him. And I was hoping to make this for him to be something real special, but overall, I hope he still likes it. I hope more than anything his kid likes it. So I guess on to the next project.